Hello and good morning, everyone. I decided my hair is way past due for washing, and I began to braid and band, and then I said, wait a second, just take this opportunity to share with someone who might can benefit how you braid and band, and then also maybe the reason why. So this is going to be a quick video. Let's just get into it. As you can see, I am braiding down the length of my hair, and I've got these little tiny rubber bands, and all I do is I twist them around the end maybe 3 times. I'm careful not to braid it too tight. I also don't start until about here, okay? Because this is the part that really needs to get clean in here. All of it needs to get clean, but usually the dirtier part of your hair is going to be in this area. So when I'm plaiting, although it may not be totally apparent to you, I'm plaiting pretty loosely. I've seen people do this on other videos and they plait very tight, and I just don't understand how are you going to get the soap in there if it's that tight. Now, I've had my locks for going on 8.5 years. I still braid and band. Believe it or not, I probably braid and band 50 to 60% of the time I wash my hair. Maybe even more. But I continue to do it even after all this time. Specifically today, the reason why I'm doing it is because I recently colored my hair with that Adore crimson red and really red colors, as you know. And it's very messy. And it's a semi-permanent rinse. It's super, super messy, and I was going to try to wash my hair outside in a bucket. The only thing that makes this color worth it is the beauty of the vibrance and the fact that it doesn't damage your hair or dry it out like the Vidal Sassoon I was doing for 3 years. But it's so messy, and I'm like, it's kind of rainy outside today. I'm down here in the metro Atlanta area, and it's too cold for me to go outside and put my head in a bucket, even if the water is warm. So I'm like, oh, and by the way, we had some warm Christmas weather, believe it or not. It's pretty warm. We got a couple days from Christmas, and it's still not that cold, but it's too cold for me and rainy outside for me to be out there in the bucket. So I'm like, okay, you definitely have to braid and band today because you can't afford to have that stuff all over the place. So that's the reason why I'm doing it today. But generally speaking, the reason why I braid and band is simply because it makes my hair more manageable. My hair is very, very long, and it's longer than it looks like here, especially in the back. It's uneven too, but it's long, and so I need my hair to have some order when I finish braiding it. For many years, even past my 5th year, when I would wash my hair, it would still expand and get very, very heavy. And it was quite cumbersome. So even though it's compressed a lot more and it's more manageable and it doesn't look as thick as it used to, I still braid and band a lot of times because it gives my hair, it makes it just so much easier for me to wash. And then when I'm done, my hair doesn't expand and just really go bouffant. And if I leave these in and dry them really well, when I take them out, my hair is flatter and it's more orderly. So that's one of the reasons. Now, if you are new to this whole process, my suggestion, like if you're within your first year for sure, even your first 2, I would say braid and band until you can't braid and band anymore. Keep braiding and banding because it just benefits your hair. For example, when you see this is super uneven. When I first had my locks installed, up for those first 2 or 3 years, my hair rebelled like you would not believe. And so my hair was already bulging at the seams, fighting the lock, expanding. I forget what they call it. It's 2 B words. One may be bulging. I forget the other one. But I was always stretching and pulling my hair. Sometimes I would take the locks out and fix them because I wanted to have them uniform, and I didn't care what anybody said. I didn't want them looking, they weren't just going to mature the way they wanted to. I was going to guide them. You know, I was going to facilitate. I wasn't just going to let anarchy happen in my head. And so I just began to kind of groom them a bit. But the braiding and the banding helped me to keep my hair in some semblance of control and management. So I didn't have as much shrinkage. I didn't have as much slippage. And I would braid and band these shorter areas too back then. But it just helped a lot. It really helped me to manage my hair and keep it from expanding as much, and also to protect my locks. So that's what you see me here doing. You can see it's not going to be that big a deal. I don't have that many. But at the same time, it's going to protect my hair. It's going to make it less messy. And you just want to make sure that when you wash it, you all know one thing about me. I don't spend a lot of time on my hair, which is one of the reasons why I love these, because I'm also a perfectionist and I like to look a certain way. So the locks give me total freedom, and I don't have to put the time in, and they always look good. And when I want to spruce up, I can add curls and do all this other wonderful stuff. But when I'm washing it, I really get in here really, really good. I used to only wash my hair once and maybe rinse once or twice. And with all of the oils that I would put in my hair, the ones that are on my channel that are like my Miracle Grow oils, which I miss a lot. I haven't used them now going on maybe 6-7 months. And I gotta tell you, I have noticed some changes that I kind of like. My hair is very light again. It's not so heavy. At one point I was thinking about cutting it. I never realized how much the oil was weighing my hair down. On top of the fact that I was not washing it as well and getting everything out in between the oiling. And then on top of that, I was using too much oil, which probably compounded the lint issue that I was battling. So the products are great, and I want to go back to them, but I'm going to be using them much more sparingly. But I gotta say, had it not been for my using my products for almost 8 years, I guess you could say more like 7, there'd be no way I could go this long in between washes and still have a clean scalp. I mean, it made my scalp so healthy. I cannot even tell you. My scalp loves it. My scalp is healthy. And I know that the growth and the strength that I'm experiencing today and the ability of my hair to rebound is only because of how well I built the foundation with my Miracle Grow shampoo, on my Miracle Grow oil blend, and the shampoo that I make, which are both on the channel. You can check those out. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be scrubbing really good in here, and then I'll do like this to get the soap in, down the locks. I'll rinse, I'll wash again, I'll do this, and then that'll be it. And I'll dry really, really, really good. This will help me to keep the hair, you know, to dry it and to really twist and to get out all that moisture. And then depending upon how well I'm able to wring it out and how not messy it's leaking, I may go ahead and blot it and leave it alone and not necessarily have to dry it with a little bit of the blow dryer, because the weather is cooler here and I probably won't get out today. I might just window gaze. So I may not get out, which means I'm not going to be wanting to walk around with a head full of damp hair. But yeah, I've gone now since you saw me do this on that video several weeks ago. I guess you could say I've gone over a month, 5 or 6 weeks maybe, not having washed my hair, and it feels good. And there's no yuckiness. Even if I do like this, I don't get very much yuckiness under my nails, and it's definitely not a yucky color. So this is all good stuff. So hopefully this helps you. If you're not braiding and banding and you're early in your journey, do braid and band. It's good for the locks, but even for the convenience of the after styling, it makes it very easy. So again, simply don't make these very tight. I've seen people wrap the rubber bands like 50 times at the bottom and then pull it as if they're corn rolling. I just don't understand how you're going to benefit and get your hair clean that way. So keep them loose. Make sure that you can work the soap, the shampoo in between. And just make sure you rinse really well. It's really important when you're braiding and banding, obviously, to rinse well. So with Tanisha Ali, okay, Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri. Oh, and by the way, just so you all know, going into the new year, I do have some changes for the channel. I am going to be doing more diverse posts. I love talking about the locks, but I'm a whole person and I have a whole lot of other things that I like to talk about in terms of motivation, in terms of deepening levels of spirituality and accompanying and being a catalyst for people and a supporter on their spiritual journeys. As you know, that's what I do for a living. I'm an energy healer, spiritual mentor, life coach, educator, motivational speaker, and coach. And so there's a lot more diversity to me that is not really expressed on the channel. And I know that as women, we have a lot of things going on in addition to our hair, but by no means does our hair encapsulate the full identity of who we are. So I will be making an effort though to use playlists so that for those of you who come to the channel primarily for hair related posts, you'll still be able to find those in the playlist that reflects anything that may have to do with hair. For some of you, that may mean that you unsubscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you helping me to build the channel. And I'm sorry if we have to part ways. I hate to see you go, but if really you're only here for the hair, then we probably are not resonating anymore. And so I totally get it. For those of you who will continue to support the channel and continue to hopefully uplift your spirits as I talk about things to help you gain more clarity over your lives, to help you manifest the glory of God that is within you, to uplevel your mindset and to clear and heal energetic blockages, welcome on board. The train is continuing to move as we move into 2020. This is a year of solid foundation. So whatever you're doing as you transition into 2020, you're setting the precedence for where you'll be in this coming decade. So this is an important marker. It is also as important spiritually in terms of the expansion of consciousness. So I'm excited. And as I mentioned, for those of you who are going to be moving forward with me, look forward to exciting content, for content outside of the box, for content that will assist you with your healing, for content that will help you to gain more clarity and to increase the multitude of ways that you begin to look at and synthesize life, and to also assist you with firing your dreams, firing them up, giving your dreams and the needed passion and focus that they need in order to materialize. I hope to be a source of counsel for some of you, a guide on the side for others of you. I hope to learn from you as much as hopefully the videos can be tools for learning for you and inspiration, because in the channel, in your comments on both of my channels, I often get the types of commentary that really light my fire, that make me feel good, that help me to recognize and remember that there's so many of us that are on this journey here. And the journey is more than about the physical. It's more than about the material. It's about our inner selves. It's about going within. It's about nurturing the self. It's about bringing our divine feminine to the surface and creating the kinds of lives that we want for ourselves. So for those of you that are moving forward with me, thank you. And for those of you who will be getting off at this stop, thank you, because you have still been a great supporter of this channel. And we are all at the place where we're supposed to be at this particular time in our human evolution. And so we all serve to be divine teachers and students of each other, regardless of where we are in our experience. But again, as I mentioned, I encourage you to continue to come to the channel and just utilize the playlist. I will be very conscientious about making sure that with the newer content that I, again, put things in playlists so that you can decide what it is you want to watch. But I do have some other videos coming up about locks in the next several days that I'll be posting at intervals. You know, we get to schedule posts, so a lot of times for all of my channels, I'll do multiple posts and then just schedule them at different times, so that there is content for those of you who are loyal to the channel, so that you do have something that hopefully that is worthwhile to you. So you're with Tanisha Ali of Butterfly Transformations, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And like I said, keep braiding and banding.